All right, we're going to call the August 11th, 2026 work session. We've got a lot to cover today, and we'll go in and out of sessions and do a number of things. All right, so first, we got approval of regular meeting minutes, work session minutes, executive session minutes, questions, comments, concerns. Hearing none. We're going to take the public hearing into the regular session. It should be noted, that the third public hearing is not required by any law. You got the city attorney sitting here. We're going to try to be as reasonable as we possibly can with any and all parties. So we'll listen to what they have. Presentations, you've got two, and we'll hear those in the regular session. New business to determine that we'll hear the first presentation part of that. I'm going to call it a public hearing for lack of a better word. As part of A under new business related to the 1498 John Robert Drive. And then consideration of action to approve the 5-year agreement with Axion. You want to go ahead?
Excellent.
Why do I keep saying Axion? Where did I get that from? Axion.
That's the way it's written.
Council?
Sounds like a lot of money, Chief.
I'm sorry?
I said, sounds like a lot of money.
It is a bunch of money. Since October of 2017, the Morrow Police Department has utilized Axon, conducted energy weapons, being tasers, body-worn cameras, and Axon digital evidence management system as essential tools that enhance officer safety, public trust, criminal investigations, and the successful prosecution of criminal cases. The last contract, which was signed in 2021, is set to expire December of this year. The city's current 5-year Axon agreement, approved in 2021, includes an annual payment of $66,648.39. The proposed replacement agreement reflects the department's transition to the new TASER 10 platform while maintaining the existing number of TASER and body-worn camera packages for all sworn personnel, including reserve officers. The proposed agreement is a 5-year contract with the following payment schedule. September of 2026 is $100,613.72. September of 2027 is $109,472.74. And every month after that is the same amount. The reason the 2026 one is as low as it is because of a credit that we had.
Now, say those numbers again.
First year is $100,613.72.
September
The following
2026.
years are $109,472.14.
Okay, fair enough. Did you have this in your budget?
Do we have this in our budget?
Yeah, I'm just questioning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Questions, comments? Mr. Quah.
No question.
Ms. Law.
No.
Mr. Collins.
No.
Ms. Wynn.
No.
Okay, let me ask some more. So obviously your TASER has a lot more advanced than what it was. Body cameras ultimately are, great for the officer itself because we've proven over time that is, what others say may not be accurate, right? And so the camera
Correct.
has a tendency to.
Cameras saved us in a lot of instances.
How does the digital evidence management change over the years? Because 5 years ago, from a technology standpoint, was a lifetime ago, right?
Yes, it's changed dramatically. I don't know the nuances of the new one. Captain Smith, do you know?
It's still the same, evidence.com. They've upgraded it over the years, and it's always been included, but it's a very good system. We also have the car cameras, which will come up for renewal next April. I plan on having that done around December because every January they have a price increase. And part of that, we're actually reducing 4 cameras from the vehicles to help save some of the money for this contract because it did go up so much. The car cameras will actually be about $18,000 last year. But it ties everything together. When they pull their firearms, automatically activates the cameras. Activate the TASER, automatically activates the cameras. That's including both the vehicle and the body-worn camera. But the evidence management system tags everything in together, or ties everything together, automatically tags from the 911 center, puts the case number, saves productivity time, and all that.
Fair enough.
So basically, if somebody has a complaint, it's all tied together. We don't have to go manually searching for it. We just have to put in.
We could either put a case number or if there was no assigned case number because there was no report generated, it'll be the CAT ID number from 911 Center. And it pulls up all the videos. You can launch them, you can play up to 4 at once.
Do they
See
still,
different
do
things.
they still use that as a check on your state certification, just to make sure everything's fine?
We do use it a lot for state certification as far as the camera systems, both fleet and that. There are standards that meet both those in state certification. Retention periods, how they're used. We do a monthly review of body cams and car cameras just for random compliance to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be.
Fair enough. Now, I know we get some law enforcement grants every so often, and any of this apply? Is there anything outside of general fund money that's available?
We are in the process of applying for a grant that may cover this for the next 5 years. We won't know. You know when that's supposed to be, Captain Bear?
No, sir, I'm still in contact with Ms. Harris, with the grant writer.
Deanna?
The window for applying for the grant deadline is next Wednesday. I haven't heard back from her yet. I've provided all the information to include the whole 5-year contract for Axon in this grant.
Yeah,
Not
she
able to
just
get the
had a
grant.
baby. Her little girl's name is Daisy. So for all of you that know, and I'm talking like 5 days ago, so. But
So hopefully
reach back out to her. I'm sure she's bored to tears, not sleeping.
And for that grant, I believe you're submitting the one that had all the first stuff from the quote. Because I got multiple quotes because they have different packages. The most expensive one ended up being $934,000 for 5 years. Then I went down, knocked some stuff off that we absolutely didn't necessarily need. $734. Then I went down again, $580, knocked some more stuff out, $538.
We
That
feel
was-
good about the package though.
That was the cheapest bundle package you could get.
Okay. But we still have tires with the car.
We'll still be able to do everything we are right now.
That's all we need to know. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you. Item C, consideration approval, Georgia Power proposal for the LCI park upgrade. I don't think you're gonna see somebody present that, but it is in your information. And so there was 2 sections on that, 2 Georgia Power sections. And if you're grabbing that out of your regular section, you're gonna see them in there. And really what it amounts to is, one of them is for the lighting over at the Morrow Center. If you'll notice, the power and those lights, in other words, the lights stay on all the time. And these lights are from like 1975. So you can sit under them in the middle of the afternoon and hear them on. Talked to Georgia Power and kind of said, look, that's not gonna work for us. We'd like to, get them to turn off. And so the proposal in there, you had 150,000, you had 70-some thousand, you had 0. I recommend the 0 option, because the 0 option basically has almost a 12 to 15-year payback, depending on the difference in what the lighting costs would have been on your power bill. Those are on your power bill, not on Georgia Power's. And so that's the one that's on D, right? And then the other one for C has everything to do with over here by the university. When you're looking at those lights around the LCI, they're just out, right? And there is no repair because they don't make that light anymore. So the idea would be to upgrade the heads themselves. Also take the 0 option, because you got about a 6-year payback on that one. Any questions?
No question.
Okay, fair enough. Straker's gonna make a presentation on item E, the regular section. And the last one was, of course, related to an LCI match grant, which is in the back there. I don't know which page it is. Does anybody have that handy? Is that last one on the draft?
Resolution?
Yeah, let's see where it is. Right, and I want to say this one had been out on something from a match section, so you probably had some information that came from either Brewer or Deanna. Any questions related to this? Okay. And obviously, we're just trying to stretch our money as far as we possibly can, right? And so, there it is, 2609, that is correct. And I think they just needed that for the effective paperwork. All right. No other questions? We're going to go into executive session to talk about legal and personnel. We should be out by 7:30, shouldn't really be a problem. Do I hear a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn? And Mr. City Attorney, if you grace us with your presence, that would be great. And a request that we amend the agenda to add 2 items from executive session. Do I hear a motion?
You have to bring us in.
Executive session first.
You know, they're all got all the rules. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the executive session?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn? Next, do I hear a motion to amend the agenda to add 2 items from executive session?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn? Aye. Fair enough. All right, I call the August 11th, 2026 regular meeting of the Morrow City Council to order. If you will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. You've had before you on the minutes of the meetings for July 28th, the regular meeting, the work session meeting, and executive session meeting. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn?
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm going to go right into legal. Do I hear a motion? And you're going to read that motion?
See, but came in and hadn't come in.
Give her the wrong phone number?
Okay. I make the motion to approve the settlement agreement that would resolve the lawsuit between Aaron Budaba versus the city of Morrow, Georgia. The settlement agreement would see the city adopt a social media policy, attend certain training courses, and payment in the amount of $109,000 for attorney fees, of which no funds would come from the city.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn?
Aye.
Perfect. I'm going to move the public hearing section to be with the new business so it matches that. Presentations, Morrow Police Department. I'm going to assume most people here are in the friends and family plan. Y'all look real happy. So we're going to get you out of the way so y'all can go and eat and enjoy yourself.
Mayor, council, thank you. I'd like to call Officer Dalton Owens up. First, I'd like to say that the first responders in the city of Morrow go out here every day and put their lives on the lines to protect the citizens and the businesses here in the city. It's not often, though, that we get to take that badge off when we go home. On this particular night, Officer Owens was on his way home off duty when this incident occurred. So I'd like to read just a little bit of what happened on June 12, 2026. While traveling home after completing his shift with the City of Morrow, Officer Owens noticed a fire near Irish Lake Road in Locust Grove. After stopping to investigate, he observed a serious motorcycle crash involving 2 victims and a motorcycle that was fully engulfed in flames. Officer Owens immediately called for assistance, secured the roadway, retrieved his medical equipment from his vehicle, and approached the scene to determine whether either victim could be helped. After realizing one victim was still alive and trapped near the burning motorcycle, Officer Owens worked alongside a Henry County officer in an attempt to remove him from the wreckage. While risking his own safety, Officer Owens continued to continued with the rescue. He retrieved his ballistic shield to provide protection from the flames. When a large explosion knocked both officers backward, they continued working to reach the surviving victim until fire personnel arrived and freed him from the wreckage. Officer Owens demonstrated exceptional courage, quick decision-making, and genuine commitment to protecting life. His actions reflect positively upon himself, the Morrow Police Department, and the city of Morrow. Very job well done.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Sergeant Dudley for helping me through this. After this night, I definitely needed to talk to some people. So thank you, Sergeant Dudley, for giving an ear and for putting me in for this. And thank you to that whole row right there for being so amazing. So other than that, I don't really know what to say other than thank you guys as well for presenting me with this.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No, you can't go to the third one.
And, you know, what we'll do is, once we do the second presentation, you're welcome to take pictures. We'll take a step back. And, you know, some of them that look a little better than me, you know, just grab them. They'll work out real well. Morrow Fire Department, recognition.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens, family. Thank you for being here tonight. Ms. Sanford, if you'll come on up, we want to do just a real quick presentation, let you all get to know who Ms. Sanford is here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Jim Fleming. I'm the Fire Chief of the City of Morrow here, and I kind of get the honor and privilege on occasion to recognize a few people in our department, and tonight we're going to recognize Beth. Beth Sanford. It's going to be on her promotion to the rank of Fire Lieutenant. All right, she began her career with the Decatur Fire Department back in 2016. She came to us in 2021, thankfully. And since arriving in Morrow, Beth has never stopped investing in herself. She's completed more than 350 hours of continuing education. Much of this is in leadership, supervision, fire service instruction, emergency vehicle operations, firefighting, rescue, and a whole host of other things. What's even more impressive, though, Beth, like many of us, completed a lot of this training on her own time. Many of these classes required evenings, weekends, long hours, even travel across the state. Some of our folks recently got back from Hinesville because that's the only place we could find a class that we needed for some of our folks. But she's told herself that nobody made her do these things. When she first got here, we said, Beth, you have qualities and we want to see you succeed here, and we want to see you one day being promoted. And she worked hard at that. Nobody told her she had to do it, but we highly encouraged her. But just to wear this badge and work for this city, you owe it to your community and firefighters standing beside you to always strive to be a little bit better. Beth's an advanced emergency medical technician, which that course alone required about 200 hours of training, on top of her about 150 hours of basic emergency medical technician. But not only just being advanced, she's not stopping there. She and one of her fellow firefighters, Mr. Barlow here, recently began paramedic school. You might have saw that big bill come through. I know Tally did. That's very expensive, and it's a huge commitment. It's about 1,100 hours of classroom instruction, clinical rotations, field training, and that just says a lot about a person and their character. And just basically, they're not interested in simply maintaining where they were. They want to continue to grow, like all of our firefighters here. But this has not gone unnoticed. In 2025, she was named our Firefighter of the Year with the Danny and Mary Nell Rudd Award, and then went on to be nominated with the Knights of Columbus, so that was great. But just want to make sure that everyone understands, I want to be clear about this. Her accomplishments we're recognizing tonight do not diminish the outstanding firefighters who serve alongside Beth every day. Some of them are out on a call right now, in fact. We have exceptional personnel. We have an outstanding department. We have men and women who strive to better themselves every day. It's just part of our culture, part of our family. It's what we kind of build together as a team. But tonight, we're going to recognize and celebrate something that has never happened before. Interesting fact. Across the United States, there are only approximately 1.1 million firefighters serving in career and volunteer departments. Only about 9,000, or 9% of them, are women. All right? Even more remarkably, only an estimated around 2,000 or so are women nationwide or serving in the capacity of a fire officer. Okay. Here in Morrow, we're fortunate to have at least 3 outstanding women serving with us. Firefighter Advanced EMT Regina Bailey and Advanced EMT Elizabeth Jett. They're not here with us tonight. But Lieutenant Beth Sanford is. Beth's promotion is more than a badge or a uniform. It represents perseverance. You put in a lot of hours for this. You put a lot of time, a lot of personal sacrifice. It represents professionalism, earning every opportunity through hard work to sacrifice and the dedication it took to get here. And it represents history. Beth Sanford is the first woman in the, I can say that tonight, right? She always corrects me when but Beth Sanford is the first woman in the history of the City of Morrow Fire Department to become a lieutenant with the City of Morrow. Yeah. So, congratulations on that. So what's interesting, Mr. Barlow here, her paramedic partner in crime, just presented her with her red helmet. Red helmet usually signifies officer level in the fire service. So Beth has earned her red helmet. The bugles, which is 1 lieutenant, 1 bugle on her collar. So that's what that signifies. This wasn't given to her because she's a woman. Okay, it wasn't given her because we're trying to make history. All right. It was earned because she demonstrates the knowledge, the skills, the abilities, all those things, the character, the work ethic, all of that was required to become a lieutenant in this department. We have a very rigorous promotion process. It's very in-depth. It's very stressful. It involves role-playing. It involves education, classes, and all that. We demand an officer who can think quickly and precisely, yet broadly. We demand a person who can be decisive and accurate with a split-second decision. We need a person who can be responsible for millions of dollars in city assets that we take out on these streets on all these calls. We need someone responsible for making those hard decisions that can often affect the outcome of saving property and sometimes lives. Like you responding on that call. You made a difference. You saved a life. All right. That's a huge responsibility, especially on one of our officers, because they not only have the responsibility of the city, the travelers, the citizens, the patrons, the equipment, but she has to make a decision, split second, on some of these emergency scenes that may affect the life of someone else or even one of our own. So we don't take this promotion lightly. It's a very tough and demanding job. But here we are. All right. Now, Beth doesn't wish we were up here making a big deal about it. She's very low key. She likes to be low key, all right? But here we are. She doesn't seek recognition. She leads quietly. She works hard. She cares deeply about the people she works with and the people that she cares for. But those are the qualities we want in a fire lieutenant with the City of Morrow. So, Beth, thank you for your dedication, and we're even more excited about what lies ahead for you. All right? So, also, since Beth is here with us this evening, we'd like to recognize her on another important milestone, which is presenting her with her 5-year service pin. All right? Very nice. Did you want me to pin this on you? I am okay. All right. I got to pin her. Okay, I'll have to pin her. Now, listen, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to be.
What side?
You tell me. All right, Beth. Beth looks sharp in her brand new uniform. We're very excited to get those in. I'm going to pin this right here. 5 years of service. She's accomplished a lot in 5 years, y'all. Oftentimes, this takes about 10 years for somebody to reach this level of lieutenant, captain after that, and then so on. It's very important to note that how much work you had put in, how much time, effort, and the level of responsibility you're willing to accept for this position. So we want to thank you for that. So yeah, Mayor, Council, guests, just please, afterwards, we'll give her a good congratulations.
Slide in, right. Just a second. And this one right here, Lieutenant Sanford, it's nice to see that. Mayor and Council, City Monitor proudly recognize Lieutenant Beth Sanford on her historic achievement as the first female firefighter to obtain the rank of lieutenant in the history of the City of Marl Fire Department. Your leadership, professionalism, dedication, and commitment to public service exemplify the highest standards of the Marl Fire Department. As you also commemorate 5 years of dedicated service, the City of Marl expresses its sincere appreciation for your continuing commitment to protecting and serving our community. Thank you.
Please.
Sorry, I just wanted to say a few things too, and then I'll get out of here.
She got 2 pages.
This is a rough outline. Thank you to the mayor and council for letting me come up here. Thank you, Chief Fleming, Chief Piper, and Chief Duncan. It's nice to have you. Thank the both of you for giving me the opportunity to prove what I'm capable of and be a representative of this department, and for having that much trust in me. I've had some excellent mentors in this department. The very first day when I came to take the PAT, which is the physical agility test that everybody has to take for new hire, and also something we do every year. It's very rigorous physically. Chief, then Captain Fleming, was right beside me, encouraging me to keep going, even though it looked like I probably wasn't gonna make it. But I did make it, and then I joined B Shift, where he was my captain. And he's been pushing me to do great things and do more than I thought I could, whether I wanted to or not. Chief Piper, you wear many hats, and you always have time to listen to us and offer advice. I know I've asked you a lot of questions. Thank you for answering those, even when I'm sure that I got on your nerves with how many questions I asked. Thank you both for giving me the chance to grow into a leadership position, and hopefully to emulate the kind of leader that both of you are. B Shift, I wouldn't be here without all of you either. You're full of wise words and sometimes wise cracks. But you make each day here enjoyable, and I've learned something from each and every one of you. So, thank you.
Good evening. I'll try to be as brief as possible. So one thing that we just passed recently was the FY27 budget, and one thing I wanted to introduce is the approval of the training officer position that we had. With that, we kind of jumped on that, and so tonight I want to introduce somebody who will play an important role in the future of the Marl Fire Department, our new training officer, Bobby Duncan, if you'll come up. Bobby is a second-generation firefighter with more than 24 years of fire experience, including hands-on firefighting and paramedicine, instructional leadership, and a strong understanding of what it takes to prepare firefighters for real emergencies. He has also served as the state training coordinator for driver-operator courses at the Georgia Fire Academy, where he helped develop and coordinate training for one of the most critical functions in the fire service, safely and effectively operating emergency apparatus. That experience gives Bobby a clear understanding of curriculum development, documentation, skills evaluation, and the importance of consistent department-wide training standards. Just as importantly, he understands that training is about building confidence, competence, accountability, and readiness. I also want to thank the mayor and council for recognizing the importance of this position and approving it in this year's budget. This is an investment in our firefighters and ultimately the citizens tomorrow. Additionally, since our department is an ISO Class 1, every firefighter is required to complete 192 hours per year to maintain that classification, which helps our residents with their home insurance and significantly impacts businesses' insurance premiums, making Morrow an attractive destination for businesses to grow and thrive. Those requirements add up quickly, but training is not just about meeting the number of hours. The fire service is constantly changing, buildings, medical protocols, technology and equipment, and the hazards in the community all continue to evolve. That is why a dedicated training officer is important. This position gives us someone focused on keeping our personnel trained, our certifications current, our documentation accurate, and our department moving forward. This position gives us the opportunity to conduct our own recruit schools, allowing us to hire locally, develop firefighters within the Morrow community, and reduce our reliance on sending recruits to the State Academy, which is about 50 miles down the road. And most of our applicants live in the general area, so this kind of helps a lot with that. The goal is not to simply to satisfy the state or ISO. The goal is to ensure that when the tones drop, our firefighters know what to do, how to do it, and can do it safely. Again, thank you for supporting this position, including it in the city's budget. I believe this investment will make a real difference in the readiness, professionalism, and the future of the Morrow Fire Department. I'm excited about what Bobby Duncan will bring to our department and proud to introduce him as our new training officer. Thank you.
And I believe you brought your family with you.
Yes, brought my wife and my daughter with me, yes.
Welcome to the team. What we're going to do is we're going to give, because I know there's a lot of folks in this audience that want to take some pictures, and we're going to give you about 3 to 4 minutes to be able to do that. Whether the police department goes first, everybody does a free-for-all, they arm wrestle, y'all decide how you want to do it. But we'll stand back here and look pretty, and you're welcome to stand right up here in the front. And don't be shy. If you're with them, these are historic moments, and those pictures will be priceless. Yes. I am.
Yeah, come on. Yes. That's good. There you go. Very good.
Okay. Yeah.
One more?
Oh my God, so cute. They're all looking. They're perfect.
What do you call her name? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bethany, but I think I went with Brittany.
He did. He
In
did.
the fire, yes.
Was fire department?
Yeah.
Your time is important. Mom? Dad, come on up. Yes.
Never mind. Okay. He's here in support. That's good. Okay.
Just get up here, that's all we need.
He's good in support.
You gotta be pretty perfect.
The answer should be
Yeah, yes.
Perfect. Everybody.
You want just mom?
Well, I was gonna say, do you want them?
Then we'll get out.
Good.
You want to take another one?
She probably wants a picture of the fire truck in the back.
Come on, guys.
They've got business.
You want to have team.
Now, would you mind if we do one
Thank
real
you.
quick with the new training officer before you, with you guys?
Oh,
I
by all
know it
means,
wasn't
go
on
ahead.
the agenda,
Yeah, no, no,
Yes.
we
you're
wanted to
fine.
be sure to introduce him tonight.
Yes.
Just his family.
She did that on purpose.
That's right. No, that's good. That's good. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Yes.
I've got one more housekeeping item, and that is, according to the city attorney, the Urban Redevelopment Authority does not have a current chairman, and the mayor's position gets to appoint the chair until they ultimately can decide for themselves. And so, with the will of the council, I would like to appoint Wayne Collins as the Urban Redevelopment Authority chair.
Before, you need to call motion to amend the agenda to add it, because you guys only added 1 and 2 items for executive session, and then call the designation of that.
We're going to keep him. Okay, do I hear a motion to amend the agenda so we can add the Urban Redevelopment Authority
So moved.
appointment? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly second. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen?
Correct, yes, sir.
Explain what you just voted on, because none of us understand here.
What we did was we appointed a chairman or chairperson for the Urban Redevelopment Authority, which does not have a chair. And basically the designated, that's correct, okay.
He's already been appointed, he's already.
Right, he's on the board, but now we're giving him a chair, so we got somebody that we can respond to. And so the
So to clarify,
appointment,
they just voted right now to add the item to the agenda, to amend the agenda, and now they're gonna vote on the action item.
right, and so the appointment is for Mr. Wayne Collins to be the Urban Redevelopment Authority Chair. And I'll actually just take that to the vote for the will of the council. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably second. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
I get to vote for myself.
If you want to. And Ms. Nguyen? All right, that cleans that up. There is a second item that was discussed in the executive session. I'm gonna hold that for just a second as we go through it, and I'll announce that at the end. Do not let me forget. Okay. All right. Now, new business. Consideration of an action, and this basically was deferred from the last council meeting in reference to an establishment at 1498 John Robert Drive. And so I believe they are here tonight. We're happy you're here, and I believe you have a presentation.
Please come up.
Good evening, and
Good to see you, sir.
good evening, council and mayor.
Just state your name for the record, please.
Michael,
Good to see you.
you, and neighbors. I'm Joey Michaels, what everybody calls me, and I'm here to represent VHC Adult Day Health and Wellness Center project. I'd like to respond to some of the issues that were raised in the prior council meeting, but first let me apologize for missing the last council meeting. There was a miscommunication on my part, but I'm thankful to be here with y'all today. After reviewing the tape of the last meeting, the questions and issues that people brought up seemed to fall into three main categories, and that was the clarification of the proposed business, the conditional use permit, and the pickleball. So I'd like to talk a little bit about each of those issues. What we do to clarify the proposed business, we're an adult day health care center. We're not an adult daycare facility. The owner of the land in the proposed project already operates Be at Home Care. It provides high quality and safe, let's say, home care, clinical and personal care for clients across Georgia, serving many counties with bilingual support. VHC currently does not operate a traditional daycare or adult healthcare center. However, based on their weekly senior gatherings, they've observed firsthand the significant need for a more structured and comprehensive program for older adults in our communities. And from these gatherings, they've seen that many seniors would benefit from having a safe, supportive, and welcoming place where they could spend time during the day, participate in meaningful activities, maintain their independence and receive appropriate health and wellness support. So, based on that experience, we wish to establish an adult day health center. Now, the center will benefit the community because it will provide a critical healthcare resource for older adults and adults with disabilities in Morrow, Clayton County, and the surrounding area. As the population continues to age, there's an increasing need for this. And we're able to help people remain in their homes longer, not have to go straight into nursing care. It'll improve the participants' quality of life, promote independence, enhance physical and cognitive health, reduce social isolation, which is a big thing going on nowadays, and provide access to skilled nursing, oversight, therapeutic services, including cognitive services for dementia and other issues like that. And importantly also, it provides a way for families to have a break from full-time caregiving. And that's an important thing too, to help just keep things going well and preventing burnout. There are significant job creation benefits with this proposal. Beyond healthcare, this is a significant investment in a new building in the city of Morrow. The newly constructed modern facility is projected to create 75 full-time and part-time jobs and support around 150 to 175 participants each day at full capacity. Let me see if I can pull this up. Here's an illustration of what it'll look like. In addition, we'll partner with hospitals, physicians, rehab providers, veterans organizations, other senior service organizations. We'll purchase goods and services from local vendors, medical suppliers, food distributors, transportation, maintenance providers, landscaping companies, and other professional service providers. We are committed to hiring locally as much as possible. And I think that together with the existing adult daycare facility across the street, we can kind of create a locus for senior care in our area, and that is a true community asset. Our center meets all state and federal and local codes. We have to comply with ADA accessibility, HIPAA privacy, fire, life safety codes. We're subject to routine inspections, qualified staffing, emergency preparedness, infection control, background checks for all employees. And let me mention some things here. Okay, the healthcare services we provide include skilled nursing assessments, ongoing healthcare monitors for our participants, medical management and administration, management administration, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, memory care programming for individuals living with Alzheimer's, dementia, and other forms of cognitive impairment. Our participants receive daily nutritious meals and dietary monitoring tailored to the needs of seniors. We have transportation services for participant pickup and drop off, which makes it easier for families to participate if they, And we have caregiver, health education, counseling, and support groups. We also provide case coordination with physicians and other healthcare providers. Daily activities focus on exercise and wellness classes, recreational games, social interaction, arts, craft, music therapy, health education workshops, cognitive stimulation activities, holiday celebrations, cultural events, outdoor recreation within a secure area, And community presentations and intergenerational programming is also included. And some of the other benefits we offer our participants are free assistance with Medicaid, Medicare, and food stamp applications, document translation services to help them access the benefits they deserve. We have social activities, hot meals, health checks, and monthly food boxes, games, dancing, craft groups, and other fun activities. So it's a health facility, but it doesn't forget the social and community aspects, and make it a good time. Does anyone have any questions on those issues?
One of the questions that they were asking was, is that and the architect would know that that's actually what you've got planned to build.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you're not gonna, put a mobile home out there? You're gonna build what you
No,
say?
sir. This is another vision of this one. I just make some presentation for the. Maybe they don't
There we
like
go.
it. It's kind of another night vision here when they're doing the night time. And this is in here to. No, that one in here for the. I think it's not gonna go in next door. But that is on the floor plan.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So these plans have been approved.
No, we haven't got approval. We are doing the processing to get approval, but all the LDP for the site plan and building plan will be complied with the city of Monroe and state regulation to meet ADA regulation either at the same time.
We know, because you don't have any choice.
Yeah.
And so at the last meeting, to kind of pick a couple things up, was, we had 2 public hearings, right? We've had a series of people make comments. I don't want to reopen a public hearing that's not necessary. However, I will ask, because I know a number of people had an interest, and so I'll start with a couple. Is there anybody from John Robert Drive here tonight? All right, this would be like the 3rd time John Robert Drive had an opportunity.
Who lives on?
Yes,
I don't live on.
I understand that. I know where you live. But I'm just asking for that subdivision, those people who live on that subdivision. This is the 3rd opportunity they've had, to have an opportunity to be here. And so, that has worked out well. Then the second part I want to make a point of is, the city deals with a zoning map, right? And so on that zoning map, there is the current use, then there is what we would like to have, okay? In this particular case, the property is just vacant. There's not a prior use. It just hasn't been done. And a prior city council gave the zoning for this particular piece of property a mixed-use zoning classification, which is a very high-density zoning classification, right? And so they basically request 3 floors. That's part of what they have. The particular use, and this is where I think things get a little bit challenged. When it comes down to daycare as we would know it for children, right, we want a conditional use so that we know where you're going to do it has an appropriate playground for kids, things like that. So you're just not throwing them in some strip shopping center like you see a lot of places have, right? And we're not trying to differentiate an adult, right? We want to make sure that an adult is looked after as well, right? And so in this particular case, as you stated before, you may be able to drive there, which if you're driving, you're pretty capable, would be the theory. And then some others. We also know there was a question the last time about, a pickleball court. You didn't really address that, but in the mixed-use zoning, it requires recreation. And that's one of those shalls, okay? And so it's hard to fault someone for meeting a requirement that might actually facilitate somebody that's older, right? I mean, it's pretty popular, different things like that, but you can change, if the answer is sound, having done a little research over the last couple of weeks, you know, the pavement itself or the type of asphalt you put down there, you can reduce a lot of that. But the point being is, people actually play pickleball, you know, versus maybe tennis might be a little bit too much. You know, and so again, these are requirements that the city has. I think Marty's in the audience, and so we've got the required section for, you know, 40-foot setbacks. We've got a lot. You've got a multi-million-dollar building here,
Yep.
right? And of course, you know, as you've seen, we've got employees, and the only way to be able to pay for those employees at some point is your city has to grow. We have to build new buildings, right? I've not really seen a lot of pushback for senior citizens, right? I mean, Beard, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not locking up a whole lot of old people. You know, not getting a lot of disturbance calls, right? You know, and so it's just not, you know, it's something that's in there. And so I wanted to make sure that you at least had a copy of what the mixed-use zoning requires. And so in a way, without rezoning the property, you're downgrading the use. In other words, the number of cars that we could have out there could be significantly higher as a matter of right? And so the challenge would be whoever gave them that zoning classification probably didn't think it through. That's neither here nor there. But it is a true point. And so now you look at it and say, you've seen, I appreciate you being here tonight. It's very hard to have conversations when you're not here. And so I'm gonna start with the audience and to be able to just sit there and go, you know, speak to the council. If you got questions, we'll try the best we can to answer them. We have experts here if we do not. Anybody want to start?
When you come, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. Yes.
If you got a comment, let's hear it. Anybody?
Good evening,
Good evening.
council, mayor, to the community. As you know, I previously spoke during the hearing on the 21st and showed up on the 28th, for which the developer was a no-show. And so I continue to oppose the CUP. My name is Karen A. Thomas, and I am a resident property owner and volunteer advocate in the affected area. I respectfully oppose approval of this CUP as currently supported by the record. I have reviewed the applicant's operational summary. It describes a comprehensive adult health and wellness center offering monitoring, medication management, memory care programming, skilled nursing-related services, participant transportation, meals and dietary monitoring, caregiver support, case management, health assessments, wellness and cognitive activities, and outdoor therapeutic garden recreation. I recognize that these services may be beneficial, and I recognize the applicant's stated commitment to local employment and local vendors. However, the breadth of the proposed operation makes a complete site-specific impact analysis more, not less, important. The applicant projects growth from approximately 15 to 20 employees serving up to 50 participants per day in year one, to approximately 40 to 50 employees serving 100 participants in year two, and ultimately approximately 75 employees serving 150 to 175 participants daily at full operation. This is a substantial increase in people, vehicles, transportation activity, deliveries, parking demand, and site circulation needs over a short period. The city must evaluate the CUP based on that full operational capacity, not merely the initial 50 participant phase. The analysis must account for employees, participants, family and caregiver visits, transportation vans or buses, medical and service providers, vendors, deliveries, and the timing of arrivals, departures, and shift changes. Traffic is already a serious concern at the Jonesboro Road and John Roberts Drive intersection. I personally observed and videotaped approximately a 2-minute delay for John Roberts Drive traffic at the signal. The city should require professional analysis of that intersection's signal timing, queue lengths, turning movements, and peak period conditions. The study should also consider school bus drop-off and pickup activity near 62nd Street and Woodstone Trace, as well as foreseeable congestion when incidents on I-85 cause drivers to divert onto Jonesboro Road. These are real conditions affecting residents, commuters, school transportation, businesses, and emergency access. For these reasons, I ask council to deny the CUP as presently supported or defer action until the applicant provides an independent traffic and parking analysis at full build-out, a site circulation and emergency access plan, a transportation pickup and drop-off plan, and clear enforceable limits on participant capacity, staffing, operating hours, parking, outdoor activities, noise, lighting, and future expansion. I further request that any increase beyond approved participant capacity, staffing, traffic generating activity, operating hours, outdoor use, or site changes require a formal CUP amendment, public notice, and a new public hearing. Finally, for transparency, I request that the city confirm for the record whether any council member, staff member, consultant, or decision maker has a familial, financial, business, professional, or personal relationship with the applicant, developer, project manager, property owner, or any related entity that requires disclosure or recusal. This is not an accusation. It is a request for a transparent and impartial process. And thank you for your consideration.
Now, I could have followed you up until you got to that last part. You can imply impropriety.
I'm sorry?
I said you can imply impropriety by statement, right?
And clarification is that it's not an accusation.
But it is an accusation, it's implied.
It's not an accusation if a gentleman stands here and makes an implication.
But he's obviously the architect. That's not the person you're actually implying. You're implying the people that are sitting up here.
You're absolutely
somewhere.
correct.
Okay, do you have something to back that up?
Again, it's not an accusation, it's a request for transparency. And I believe in transparency,
And I understand that. But
we
if
should be
anybody
able
up here
to
had
be
a conflict
comfortable
of interest,
in.
give me a second. If anybody up here had a conflict of interest, we have an absolute obligation to state that in advance.
However, it was not stated.
That's correct, which means
And that's why I need to ask that it be
means
stated.
there is none, because
And that's
they
for the
would
record,
have
that
made
there
a
is
statement.
none. That's your response.
That is my response.
Thank you very much. That's the response.
Okay. Sure, by all means, go ahead.
I noticed the owner, last name is Wynn. I'm not affiliated to her on blood
cousin,
or any
man.
stakeholder.
Can't cool
Just, I want to let you guys know, 70-80% Vietnamese are Wynn. So if you
We understand that. That's why we ask, because
yes,
the
that's
similarity
fine.
does
Yes.
not make a
So
relationship.
like Miss Thomas, so I cannot assume all Thomas is your.
And I'm not asking
family
you
member.
to.
Yes, so I'm just gonna let the public know, I don't affiliate to the owner.
Thank you
or
very
even know
much.
her.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well,
Let's
Wynn
stop.
is a
Let's stop.
dynasty
Let's stop.
last name.
But anyway, like I said, you had me up until that last part. That's not reasonable, okay? But
I'm sorry, it's not.
No, it isn't.
I didn't hear the last part,
I
what
said
you.
if you're gonna accuse somebody, you have
I
to be
did not
willing to
make an
back it up.
accusation, Mr. Mayor. I believe that sometimes your eyes see, but your ears won't hear. Okay, and then, hold on.
All right, fair enough.
But when someone comes and speaks into my ears, what my eyes have been seeing all along, I have questions, and that should be okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Any comments? Miss Dorothy D.
Do I need to come here?
You can speak there, but, we know who you are, but you're welcome to come up to it.
I'll stay right here and save myself some steps. And I will speak louder than the mayor is speaking, even with a microphone. Okay, this is to the architect. Sir, when you say that this is not a adult daycare facility, but a day health center, can you explain the difference for your facility and the difference between an adult daycare center?
Yes. Let me find our best explanation. Excuse me a second. Our adult day health facility provides health care and licensed professionals such as nurses and other providers such as that. We're not a daycare in the sense, and I may have to get some more clarification on that, but we are not a daycare facility. We are a healthcare facility. The state of Georgia has various types of requirements for different types of facility. And our operational model is a licensed health medical center with nursing support. And that's how we're regulated by the state departments that regulate that. So those are the qualifications we have to meet. And it means that we have licensed providers, yes.
Daycare.
Yes.
Adult daycare. Within you do have the license to provide adult daycare in your facility daily? Is that what this is, daily? You can do adult daycare in addition to all of your other services, is that correct?
A licensed medical facility is above the daycare permit, and so those services can be incorporated. And let me ask, is that correct?
So let me answer it in a simple way. Adult daycare is, you can send parents over and we providing care, but we cannot monitor medication, we cannot provide PT or OT. Adult day health include adult daycare and including a medical services, skill services as well.
Okay, so this is not a daycare center. It's a healthcare only. So my other concern is, in the, packet that was presented to the public, it said, that your pickleball court will be open to the general public.
And believe it or not, Dorothy, that's actually in the code. It's required to be open to the public.
So does this accommodate your numbers of daily visitors account for those people that are gonna be coming general public playing for pickleball?
You have to be done by.
research.
It doesn't come in confusion. There has to be get a proper documentation using that, because we have a certain type of reason here to using the network. So anybody can use it if they have a proper documentation with the insurance cover. Yes, this is open to the public.
So we're looking at, as, neighbors in that neighborhood, who is coming into that neighborhood? What is this bringing into the neighborhood of these citizens that are there? So if you have more than just staff and your adult care visitors or whatever, then you have these people that are regular, but the pickleball people, they're coming generally whenever, right? And you don't know the number that's gonna be coming daily to use that facility, so you can't account for that number of pickleball visitors to your facility daily. So you have a number of people that are gonna be at that facility each day, your staff and your your residents or whatever you're calling your customers. So, and I'm looking at it from the standpoint of the citizens, not your business, the impact that it's gonna have on the community. So, also it says you're gonna hold cultural events. That's another group of people coming into that facility on a regular basis. That's an impact to the number of people that's gonna be coming in and out of those two narrow streets on a daily basis, causing a traffic impact. And the other question is, has there been a study of that impact on the community over there for the traffic? And if not, we'd like to see that. The other thing is, last meeting, there was not a geotech study done. Do we have that yet?
Let me throw something in there for you, Dorothy. Again, under permitted uses specifically to the zoning. Right? Commercial recreational activities, including theaters, museums, galleries, authorities, and similar cultural facilities.
Okay.
They have that as a matter of right with the zoning that they have.
I understand, but we're looking at it as citizens and mayor council, the impact it's gonna have on your community.
I understand that.
And so this is your community that you're looking out for. And also, your stormwater system. I spoke about that.
Yeah, they're gonna put their
And you told me
stormwater
that-
under the parking lot. That's part of
that
the
it's gonna be
architecture.
underground.
Yes, that is correct, right?
So do we have a study on that, impact on that?
It
How it's
it
gonna
has to
impact
meet the
the
MS4.
stormwater system?
I mean, you know that, it has to meet the MS4. They're not gonna get a permit without it. So we know that that will happen, right? That's land development, that's a separate discussion.
That
Comments,
is,
go ahead.
And
that
if
is
I
answer
may,
to the
if I may
stormwater.
consider the stormwater, since the city has taken over that, maintenance,
No,
how
sir.
would that affect the cities?
It doesn't because they're keeping their water on their property.
The stormwater system on private system on their property. So actually, on cross street of the, what you was asking here, the office condominium just coming to their property. So we actually serve the next and the Wells Fargo water, and also for the cross the street of the office condominium is dumped out to our stormwater system. So technically, that stormwater system not only for our facility. That stormwater system actually came from the Wells Fargo and also across the street of the office condominium. The second thing in here to, what you're asking for the pickleball is open for the public, it have to be appointment only. Because we cannot cover all the citizens to using the that one here to the public. Because if they have something problem, we cannot cover up by the insurance. So who actually using the that one, we have to make an appointment. Which means when we using the adult daycare for our own reason, they may not using the that one on the public. So we have to coordinate appointment. And also the parking lot in all this stuff, we are with the city of Monroe regulation. So we meet the regulation by the city, and without approval, we cannot be using on their near the parking lot either. And also, cross street of the John Robert Road in here to combine next on the Cutie gas station. So all the delivery comes in here from that point come down in here for the due to the traffic. It's not only for the John Robert Drive. As you know, John Robert Drive doesn't have a lot of neighborhood. So more like the traffic in here came from the existing office condominium.
We're
and also
good.
QT and that one.
We're good. We'll just stick to the point, or we'll be here all night. Other questions, Ms. Dorothy?
I will have, but, because, a lot of things are not clear, and it hasn't been answered, so.
But you have to read
I asked not
their
to rush
current
my
zoning.
question to it because
Who gave them the zoning?
every community over there that's on the lower end of this project is not really being considered. So that's my concern.
Other questions? Do we have other questions? Ms. Cherry?
They're talking about, they're not considering the people in Hamlet that this is gonna back up to. How much of a, buffer are you gonna put between you and the neighbors?
The code requires 40 feet.
We have a 40-foot buffer, and we've planted dozens of trees. We will
So
plant.
you're not gonna put up a wooden fence or anything like that?
If city require, we will put it. But now, city want to put up in here to wood fence and backside and double of the tree on the, behind the bubble area.
Anybody who's been behind Pilgrims, the old Pilgrims, right?
Well, I
the-
noticed like one of the properties on Hammett, you're gonna gonna do his whole backyard and down half of the other side of it. And,
It's still
you know,
40
you gotta
feet.
take that kind of stuff into
But
consideration.
let's look at Pilgrims. Pilgrims has the depth of that handle as basically the buffer, okay? And that fence doesn't do very well. Where we have managed to do well has been, say, Foxcroft, for an example. When you look at the neighbors that have the houses that back up to Foxcroft, we had additional plantings that were put in there, and you really even can't see the back of the house. All right, so that's a matter of saying, as some of the supplemental planting that we'll have in there, the type of evergreen trees and things like that should work remarkably well. And we can at least show you where that has succeeded in the past. That the code only says a natural buffer. And so let's go to where that did not work so well, which was on the back side of Adamson Parkway, when they built that basically office complex on the back of the people on Duffy, right? There's still some places in there where it didn't, and that's what a natural buffer does for you, which is limited at best, depending on what naturally grew up there. And so I think you're gonna see that we're gonna do much better than that. Go ahead.
And you say you're gonna provide transportation. Are we talking buses, or what, you're gonna go pick up people and bring them there, or they have to provide their own way to get there? And how many buses are we talking about? I mean, you're planning on up to 175 people eventually. Are you gonna run your own bus system?
Did you want that?
That's in the plan, so, we could, that's different ways that we can use the transportation. We can, rent buses, or we can buy buses, depending on the.
No
budget
bus.
of the national-
You're just gonna use a van. I would think you would use a van.
Van,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
no
mean,
buses.
it makes
No
common
buses.
sense, right?
Yeah, not buses, the
Vans, yeah, locally.
Right. And other questions, Ms. Cherry?
Okay, so your plans have not been approved, but yet you're asking for everything to go through to be able to build on this land. Transportation, yes, no, who knows, where you're gonna go pick the people up. There are a lot of questions that have not been answered that I think need to be done and answered before anybody approves for this to go through.
Other questions? Anybody else? All right, before I go to the city council, I'm gonna state one more time. This property was granted a designation that had significant potential impacts to this subdivision as a matter of right, right? So it'd be like giving you a car and now I'm gonna take a portion of it back. We don't have that ability, okay? Whoever granted it to them, which ultimately was somebody up here on the city council, I don't think did anybody over there any favors, okay? And so this particular use is significantly less than what they have the ability to. And in some cases, a little bit of craziness. We're gonna require you to have public recreation. Where else do we do that? We don't, right? You know, and so that would make more sense if it was over by the university with some of the planned development that we had over there. It was the wrong place to give it the zoning. That was the error and that was the mistake. I think the idea is to have a gentle compromise that basically allows a significantly less use to be able to make this work. And that's my statement on it. Comments, Mr. Quah?
No comments.
Ms. Lana?
I do have comments. You're gonna have to stand up and answer them, please. Okay, you mentioned, your patients. I guess you're going to refer them to as patients or customers. How are you going to refer to the people coming there?
It should be under customer.
Customer?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
We also
Because-
call them participants.
Participants? Okay, let me write that down.
Yeah, because we have a person in here doing the care, so we're not the hospital and we're not the clinic actually.
Okay, so y'all won't be dispensing medication like insulin or anything like that? That's all on the individuals?
Yes.
Okay. Another thing, and you know, it's a gorgeous building. I've been here a few years. I don't mind any kind of building. But where this building is going into, that's my concern about the openness of this building. Now, you said there's not a fence required or anything, but I have a concern when you're talking that there's going to be patients with dementia. As you know, well, if you don't live in Clayton County, you don't know that a child wandered off and, they just found his body. So I have a concern about someone walking off because I helped, and her last name happens to be Wynn too, in the middle of the night where we went looking for her because we thought she went into the college's lake. So, when I look at that openness, how are you going to secure it with somebody that may have dementia? How are these patients or participants, be identified? Is it a name band, armband? How are you going to know?
Technically, what I'm understanding, they opening hour between 10 to 5 p.m. So
Okay.
after hour, no one's supposed to be at that facility. That's why we have a police officer doing the security of that building, because out of the hour, they're not supposed to be in that building in that area. That's why we have a police officer who will do security of the building. Also, we do have a 24-hour camera system to check it out. So we're not leaving, we just staying here, using it here to 10 a.m. to not more than 5 to 6 p.m. And also we're not open for the, like a Saturday and Sunday stuff.
Mhm. So you're gonna have what, like one meal for them, a little snack or something? Are you gonna feed the individuals?
Yes, we have 2 meals a day,
Okay,
including hot meals.
okay. So, and you're gonna secure the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we will, if city allow, we will put the security gate at the front, but also, city of Moro has a public safety system here, so they will come down to check that out at nighttime.
Okay, well, I know the fire marshal over here is listening, I'm sure.
And also the building will have a fire sprinkler system and also, the fire alarm monitoring system at the same time.
Okay, Chief, you wanted to ask?
Police officer. Is this the first week or?
The city of Moro police officer will be secured the building, easily for like a safety. So they will come down here to do the, they want if we need it, we will have a off-duty police officer.
You do business checks, is basically
No,
the
he's talking
answer.
about an off-duty police officer.
Oh, no, that's a good
I
question.
say for the,
I'm sorry?
I said, if we need it, we will hire off-duty officer during the nighttime.
Yeah, they're not gonna
You
do
said
that.
that there was gonna be police officers there.
No, I said it's a police officer will do secure the whole area to nighttime, for the safety routine.
Safety checks, the normal stuff you
Oh,
do.
the normal stuff we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do for the whole city.
Yes, sir.
And the stormwater, any of your businesses have the underground stormwater system already? Or is this your first building? Do you know?
It's a lot of building has their own stormwater system.
Okay,
And also, we know they have a stormwater pond next to it, but that pond is kind of too small. Since we cover all the concrete to cover the walls power side and also for across the street of the office condominium to all that combined, the existing pond is too small. That's why we have to make our own stormwater system underground the parking lot.
okay, so you know how to clean it and everything, right?
Yes, ma'am. When they will, I haven't submit, but we will have already for the maintenance agreement with the city of Moro. That is one of the comment what I got from the city.
So, Mayor.
Okay. Mr.
Yes.
Collins?
Again, can you state your affiliation with the,
Yes. I'm a friend of the business. My mother-in-law is a member of one of their facilities. And so I know personally what a good job they do. I've been there many times. We actually even brought some pictures. And so.
because I thought you was a hired hand for a minute.
They were asking if someone, if someone could just get up and speak for them, and I didn't realize the date
It's
came so
okay,
quickly.
it's okay,
but
it's okay.
No, I'm a friend of the family in a
It's
sense.
okay.
We have family there.
I think,
Excuse me, the public got a chance to speak, the council has questions.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think, from my perspective, I think we got off on a bad start. I think there were some misconceptions. There was some misstating of intent and purpose. Because we were under the impression that, I attended that planning and zoning board meeting, and the mayor and I sat on the back there. And it was a daycare concept presented only. I don't remember receiving the piece about the health care and being provided to the patients over there. I also, when the pickleball piece came up, you know, there was a bunch of hoopla about the pickleball piece, but the code specifically states that recreation can be provided for this type of facility. Citizens, I just want you to know that it's in the code. I didn't pass it. The mayor didn't pass it. It's in the code. You know. I think we got a better understanding today of the type of facility that's going to go over there, and it could be a lot worse. Believe me. I also. Ask that this agenda item be tabled until the potential business owners come back and explain to us. And I think today we have a clearer understanding of as to what type of facility is going to go over there. Now, I do, Mayor and Council, respectfully request if we approve or we disapprove, either way, that we do a traffic study over there. We had to do a traffic study on Meadowbrook for potential homes that we never got. So that is a reasonable request, you know, traffic impact the residents in that area. That is a reasonable request from the citizens that reside in that area over there. But I think we got a lot of clarity today as to the vision and the mission statement for the facility. And I do believe that a traffic study is a reasonable request at this point. And that's all I got, Mayor.
Fair enough. Ms. Wynn.
No question.
All right.
Can I have one more?
Yep, by all means, go ahead.
Did y'all walk into the area to see what kind of areas behind that property? Did you do a walkthrough?
Yes,
You did?
Behind the property is the Weston, and also on the left side is the Weston.
Okay.
Across the street is office condominium, and front area also have a water farm.
So you understand why we're so concerned about
Yes,
safety?
I understand.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, fair enough.
Now, one last one. Now, hours of operation, in your the last time you were before us, I thought you said that hours of operation would be from 8 to 8 or something to that effect? And now today you're telling us 8 to 5. Which one is it?
Let's ask the lady.
Which one is
Because
it?
I bet you you're gonna operate it, I bet you you're not, okay? What's your operations?
Is it weekends?
8 to 5?
Weekends?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Saturdays for 3 hours, that's gone.
Right.
On Saturday?
Well,
Okay.
For the business, that one will be done.
Oh, just for
all right,
business?
fair enough. It should be noted that again, we understand there's problems with the zoning. They have that zoning today.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think we're doing a good job of defining a better example of what could have been. It was approved unanimously by the Planning and Zoning Board. And do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Wynn?
Aye.
As a special point, you know, you're going to have another hearing before us at some point, okay? And so let's have a discussion about traffic on that street and to see how that gets situated. The only real additional impact should come from your space, right? And so a lot of that, if you ask the wrong questions, you get the wrong answers, right? And so we want to be able to make sure that we have that. And I'll have a new city manager here shortly. And so that's where we would start that discussion, okay?
Yes, sir.
Fair enough, thank you.
No buses.
Van, we're not going crazy here. All right. Consideration and action item to approve the 5-year agreement with Axon Enterprises, Inc., effective October 2026 in the amount of $538.05, or $538,504.68. That is a mouthful. And basically to authorize the mayor to execute any related documents as was stated by the police chief. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consideration to approve the Georgia Power proposal for LCI Park upgrade and to remove 52 existing, the zero-cost option. Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen.
Aye.
Motion carries. Similar item, this is the parking lot lighting upgrade as per Georgia Power's proposal, also recommending the zero-cost option. And basically, you can read down there before it, and authorize the mayor to execute any related documents. Do I hear questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion approved. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion probably seconded. All those in favor say Mr. Qua?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
And Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen.
Aye.
Our Morrow Center Director, for those of you who have not met him, this is Mr. Ben Straker. He's got a presentation for a thought process. A very brief one.
Very brief one.
Now, that's what I say, brief. I don't think anybody believes me, so.
Excuse me, Mayor, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, ma'am, by all means, please.
When will the Angie Creek building open? Do you have a date?
What we're waiting on is a state elevator inspection. That's our problem, all right? And the state isn't controlled by any of us, as much as we would like to believe that. And so as soon as that is passed, okay, so they got to set it up and pass it. I believe at that point you will have full operational abilities.
Maybe by December.
Oh, yes. We're a little bit sad that we didn't get it last week, right?
Right.
So there's no reason with everything that we have going on. I would be tremendously upset if we get through the month of August and we don't have what we want, okay? But just know that that's not 100% within our control, but we will move forward with that. Go ahead, Mr. Straker.
Yes,
Impress
good.
us. Tell us who you are.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Straker, but before I say that, I want to say thank you for the council members and the mayor for giving me this opportunity to discuss the Morrow Center. My name is Benjamin Straker. I am the current contracted general manager for the Morrow Center. And I'll start today. I'm going to make this very brief. One of the things that I want in everybody's head this evening is that when I was appointed to this position, the first thing that I had to do was assess exactly where the Morrow Center is. And one of the things that we realized is that the Morrow Center has tremendous potential, but we're still not hitting the mark of break even. And the goal is for that lovely center to be able to support itself. And as we were doing our assessment to figure that out, we realized that the weekends are somewhat packed. You know, if you go over to the Morrow Center on any weekend, it's 3 and 4 different events that's going on. Matter of fact, last weekend, we had so much going on that we came in at the tune of $24,000 just on that weekend. That's great. That's good money. So where's the problem with the Morrow Center? The problem with the Morrow Center, in order for it to maintain itself, is that between Monday and Thursday, it's not making the type of income that it needs to make. So how do we solve that problem? We're coming up with something. I don't want everybody to believe that we got the solution. What we're doing is we're moving towards the solution, and we're gonna, through trial and error, figure out how we're gonna bring in income during that Monday through Thursday and heavier on those weekends. And what that looks like is this. The first thing that we're gonna come out the box with is a partnership, a Morrow City partnership with a promoter that will promote comedy shows in our Morrow Center. So you're saying, how does that look? What's that about? What that looks like is a comedy show in which food and beverages are being served, and where we partner with a promoter. And notice the key word is partner, which means that we're going to go into this deal with a promoter. We're going to back the promoter, but at the end of the day, we're expecting to get a profit out of the taxpayers' money. So we're going to front the taxpayers' money, but that money is going to come instantly back to us as soon as these events get started. So if you look at the promoter's
It's important to know
responsibility,
the Morrow Center has a budget. It comes from your hotel motel tax.
the promoter's responsibilities is going to be to secure and manage top-tier comedy. I'll stop there for a second. Now, I want you to be very clear about this. What we've done is we attracted one of the top promoters in the metro Atlanta area, and this promoter was the promoter that stacked all of the talent at the Stockbridge Amphitheater. Now stop, I know everybody's pausing now like, hey, but didn't they lose money? You're absolutely right. He did attract the top talent, but what we feel is that we're gonna watch every single dollar that we spend so that we're not in the Stockbridge type situation. So the talent is gonna come, and we're gonna watch those dollars and make sure that that talent that we get is, one, affordable, and two, brings us home a return on investment. Responsibility is gonna be to front those individuals and offer them our venue. So the venue price that an average person would have to pay, we're gonna hold that. We're gonna say, look, you don't have to put that up front, but when these tickets start to sell, there's gonna be a cost on that ticket that's going to actually surpass the amount of money that we would have rented that venue out for. So, good business model. The first comedy show that we have is going to be on September 11th. It's going to be for the first responders. That's the theme of that comedy show. So these individuals are going to come in. We're going to recognize the first responders. We're going to honor the first responders. And the price of the ticket for that one event is going to be two events, actually, because it's one at 7 o'clock, and then that same show will be repeated at 9:30. It's going to be $40 for an individual to go to that show. And that $40 is honoring and respecting those first responders. Now, besides the $40, there's going to be food and beverage that's being sold. And we have a system to account for all of the food and beverages that's going to be sold. And a part of that revenue is going to come right back tomorrow also. So if you look at it, we got a $40 base ticket price. We're paying $2 to a system fee. Now, this is very important also, and I'm not trying to be long-winded, but it's very important for everybody to get this. One of the things that I was contracted to do was to make sure that we had a great relationship with the arena that's right next door to the Morrow Center. Why is that? Because we're trying to attract everybody in the world to the city of Morrow for economic development purposes. And what we feel is that if we have that great relationship with the arena and the Morrow Center, and we do things jointly, it will attract the world to come in and enjoy the activities and entertainment that Morrow City has. How do we do that? One of the first steps that we did was we said, let's go over to the arena, look at the systems that they're using, and bring those same exact systems into the Morrow Center so that it's seamless. So the ticket servicing that the arena uses is the exact same ticket system that we're going to be using in the Morrow Center. We're paying them $2 per ticket to do that. They're extremely excited because we're giving something back to them. And they're going to work seamlessly with us to make sure. Matter of fact, when I was on the phone with them today, they said, what else do you need for that comedy show? That's a great relationship beginning to start. We also are going to receive, like I said, a $3 facility fee. So the two shows that we have are a capacity of 350 people per show, 700 people. We said let's not get too aggressive. If just 200 people show up per show, each show, that's 400 people. You take 400 tickets that we sell, $3 on each one of those tickets is what we're taking as you used our building fee. So once that happens, I'll stop right there. Once that happens, the taxpayers lost absolutely nothing and gained a profit off of the activity that we're doing in a center that wasn't even going to be used between Monday and Thursday. Let me stop there because, I know it's already 9 o'clock, but the summary of what I'm trying to say is that every activity that we do at the Morrow Center going forward is the first thing we're going to look at is how do we make money out of every single opportunity that the Morrow Center gives us, so that next year this time when I'm standing in front of you, I could say not only did the Morrow Center break even, but we actually made some money off of the Morrow Center. Thank you.
And your first item is.
I'm sorry,
the
you guys'
series of
questions.
two service contracts, right?
What was that?
The first item is 2 service contracts, right? One's
Right.
for the comedian, one's for the promoter.
Yeah,
And they
absolutely.
have those here in the amount of $7,000. So we'll ask questions. Questions, Mr. Quah?
None of this time.
Ms. Lana?
No.
Mr. Collins?
No.
Ms. Nguyen?
No.
Okay.
Wow, I wish my board meeting were like that.
It's 9 o'clock. All right. So that being said, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
And Ms. Nguyen?
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Last one is a resolution related to the award for the Atlanta Regional Commission Livable Centers Initiative as was defined in there earlier. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins? And Ms. Nguyen?
Aye.
All right. Then I have one last item, and that is the second item. There wasn't anything else missing, right?
Correct.
This is the second item of the executive session. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion second is approved. All those in favor say aye. Mr. Quah?
Aye.
Ms. Lana?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Nay.
And Ms. Nguyen?
Aye.
All right. Normally at this point, because we're going to have to publish
I
it tomorrow
withdraw.
anyway,
I
right?
withdraw that one. Now I realize what it was. Nay.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna vote to approve. I'm sorry?
Do we have general comments?
In just a second, right? Because right now we're just gonna finish up the regular section. And so motion passes
Mr. Mayor.
2 for, 2 against.
So you're breaking the tie?
I am.
Okay.
Okay. And because it's gonna be published tomorrow, is that right? I'm asking legal counsel at this point, right?
We have to go ahead before the 25th. They have to publish tomorrow.
Right, and correct. And so I'm gonna, I can release this at this point. I have to release it, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, well, it's all about legal and how you do different things. But I would like to welcome the interim city manager back to the city of Morrow, and that would be Mr. Jeff Baker. Okay? Yep, and now we can do public comments. Okay, so that's the last item. Please, go ahead. Yes, please, if you want.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone in the public. So my name is Joshua Evans, and I'm gonna keep this very short. But before I get started, I'm looking around in the room, and I see different kinds of people. I see firefighters, police officers, business owners, and the council. And one thing that everyone has in common is they serve the city of Morrow. Everybody has something to add to the city of Morrow. And I believe as citizens of the city of Marlboro, we should also be on one accord, united to serve. But we cannot serve if there is no love. If everything is centered around selfish agenda, it'll lead to temptation and cause division, lack of economical growth, lack of civic pride. My name is Joshua Evans once again, and I am a proud citizen of Marlboro, Georgia. And I've also been sent here by my Lord Jesus Christ on an assignment to serve, not to gain anything, but to serve the people. I am the founder of a nonprofit, or the founder of a 501c3 nonprofit organization called TCG Great Commission Network here in the heart of Marlboro. We exist to serve young adults within the city of Marlboro, Georgia, and all over Atlanta, Georgia. And we do that through discipleship, self-development, all for the purpose of community development, civic pride, and to add value to the economy. So within the past 10 months, we've served up to 1,000 people. Not everyone were citizens, but a lot of our members have migrated to the city of Marlboro, working jobs, and we have over 600 members in our organization. And we are working on an event called, not an event, but an initiative called TCG House. And TCG House is a place where community, food, and faith comes together to serve one city. And we've been doing this for the past 10 weeks at the old Marlboro Center called T365. And every Thursdays, young people from all over Atlanta, Georgia, they gather to fellowship with us. And they buy foods around Marlboro, spend their money, and we don't ask for nothing because we are just simply here to serve under the leadership of our Lord Jesus Christ. So I know this is not the right time to do a presentation, but I would love to do a presentation and show you guys a proposal on how we are willing to invest in the future of Marlboro for the refinement of this city and to add value to the state of Georgia. I believe in Marlboro, and I love Marlboro. And I love you all, not because I know you guys, but because Jesus Christ lives inside of me, and he loves you all also. So I cannot escape the love that he has for you guys. So I would love to serve this city alongside my community and give you a glimpse of what the future of Marlboro would look like.
Love to have it.
All right.
Good job. Other comments from the audience? Miss Dorothy?
My previous comment before your announcement was based on a comment that I made during the public hearing about communities being impacted when there's a new build. As Mayor, you are well aware, where I live on Stratford Arms Drive, there is a subdivision, Central Park subdivision, that was built since I bought my property there. At the time, that subdivision, the grounds, was level with my property. And so what happened is that they elevated the ground. The houses that are built over there were elevated because they brought in dirt. Since they did that, and that was in what, 2003, I think they started on the construction of that. I came in when they had the zoning meeting right there in front of my house. I couldn't miss it, so I had to come. And I do believe you were perhaps city manager or
I was.
at that time, and the builder was John Oliver, it was his last name.
Yeah, that's right.
So my question to him was, once you do that, what is the impact gonna be on my property? He told me that they were gonna put a French drain. Also, there was gonna be a border or a barrier, a tree line barrier that was gonna take up, you know, the runoff waters. That wouldn't, where it would not impact my property. Neither of those things happened. They dug a little trench. They put about 10 Leland cypresses over by the retention pond, or retention pond. They put a few maple trees in the backyards of the houses that's adjacent to my property. And so in the years since, anytime there's a heavy rain, my yard floods. Yeah, I mean, I have photographs, I've shown them to you, I've shown them to Public Works, I've shown them to code enforcement. Ever since that started, up until, I think a week or so ago, the last heavy rain, I no longer have the pride that I used to have in my property, taking care of my property, because I've not gotten a resolution. As a former city council member, I asked to have that resolved. I was given that it was the homeowners association, it was the management company, it was Clayton County, it was Water Authority, it was this, it was that. So that now is just sitting there. I tried to get in touch with the homeowners association to no avail. The information that I got, it came back because the email address was not whatever, you know, the same whatever. But to the fact of new builds coming in, clear cutting, getting the trees and everything away, you don't leave the property as it was. You changed the property. So my property was impacted because of Central Park Loop, and it has been ever since. The situation has gotten worse every year. The dirt and the grass over on that side of my yard, it doesn't grow back because it's impacted. I used to spend money for mulch and stuff like that on the bushes and things that I have. It all gets washed out, so financially I'm impacted, as well as the mental, emotional stuff that I've gone through because I've not gotten a resolution. So my concern is that when we have people that come in and build something, be it a business, be it a subdivision, be it what, think about the impact of the homeowners that are there. The homeowners that live there, the businesses don't live there, the homeowners do. When you're elected as an elected official, your job is to be concerned about the citizens.
Agree.
And I, as a citizen, as a former council member, it wasn't a concern because I still had the issue. And I kept reporting, and I never got resolution. So that's my concern, is that when we do things, make sure there's a study and there are no shortcuts or getting around or whatever when we do things.
Yes, ma'am. Now, one thing is we sent code enforcement over to you recently, fair? David, we sent David over, took some pictures, fair?
Several times.
Okay. We know that we.
May I add
Okay, go
one
ahead.
other thing? I used to cut that area back there to prevent all the weeds and things from going into my yard, coming into my yard. There's a honeysuckle and the sumac and poison ivy and poison oak that grows in the bushes because it's not maintained. I paid a landscaper that was doing the yard over there to cut that because I'm tired of it looking like that. I used to do it myself, but now that I'm a super senior, I
Seasoned.
And so the situation that I have and that really angered me is that one of the homeowners put a sign in the ditch where they have planted 3 trees in that ditch that also prevent the water from running where it's supposed to run into the retention pond. Put a sign that says, no trespassing private property. So does that mean that they own that ditch and is that their responsibility?
They own the ditch. However, they have a water easement, right? There's a section in there that they're not supposed to have anything in, okay? And we agree with you, by the way, right? It's not a like anybody up here disagrees with your situation. We agree with your situation, and it actually makes it easier as a resident than necessarily a council member. The solution is not quite as simple because it is private property. However, I think we will have a better answer with David. I'll be happy to talk you through it, but you know it's not an easy process, okay? It's been going on for a minute, right? But we can commit to solving it, okay? It's not gonna be easy. I didn't say that.
Okay, now, you're telling me this, what, I've heard this before.
You've not heard it from me.
What's the difference now, as opposed to what I was told before?
We started picking up stormwater, right? It's not somebody else's responsibility anymore, it's ours, okay? He's in violation of a couple of things. That would be correct, but just changing those, I don't think changes the silt that is kind of filled in over time. Fair, right? And it has. We know that it, you know, the dirt has moved.
And the erosion of my yard, you know.
It has done some things, that's fair. And so that would require us to get temporary easements, not only from them, but ultimately from you, okay? To get the water to go to the stormwater quality pond, which is where it was supposed to go in the first place. Reasonable, fair? All right, it's gonna take a second. And we would use those stormwater fees to solve that because that's what should have been done in the first place. Fair?
So, and how long am I looking at?
If I could answer that question, that gentleman over there would be a lot faster. But it's not simple, but it is doable. Go ahead and just shake your head, say yes, because that's what we're gonna do. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
Hey, it's been a minute. I didn't recognize it where you're sitting down.
Okay. Remember when I used to walk and help you to get reelected, right?
Yeah, man, that's really good. I appreciate that.
Marty, how many years ago was
She
it
did.
you got that tree on my backyard that was dead? Okay, I'm Judy Thomas of Dove Court, Mayor. I don't own half of that.
I understand.
From where you're sitting to that chair in my backyard,
Yes, ma'am.
it's dead. It done bit me up. I've been trying to keep it up. Like Ms.
Right.
Dorothy said, I've been paying money. I don't have it. I'm retired. I get a disability check.
Yes, ma'am.
Marty's telling me that someone can come. Now y'all can't come and fix it, but y'all came and picked that tree up the same day. She called me and said I had to pay to get that tree out. I told her, no, I don't. Because on your archives, y'all own that tree. Y'all own that space. Now
Well-
someone else owns it, and y'all can't even find the people who own it to
Yeah.
come fix it. It's Wayne,
Your-
tell them.
yours
Why
is-
y'all look like Wayne? Wayne came.
No, I get it,
How
but
we gonna
let's,
fix that?
each one of these is we gotta put a little clarity
And this
here.
was about
All right.
4 or 5 years ago. So
Yes,
sorry,
ma'am.
get it
And,
right.
all right, your case is a little bit different, okay? So it was a remnant piece of property that ultimately, when a house sold, they didn't add that remnant to it. And so at some point, because it's a remnant piece, the reason we took that tree out was because not only was it was dead, it was a life safety risk, no question, right? And so we figured out how to do that and got that tree down.
Same day. 4 years later.
I do appreciate the fact we were diligent and timely on that one. However, the property itself still is in that no man's land. And the reason this gets a little complicated is every one of the adjacent property owners on your side of the street has put up some buildings, some backyard storage buildings of some sort on the piece. That is correct. And so it gets a little complicated to just simply say, hey, there's this piece, we'd like to add it to your backyard because the neighbor's using it as part of his backyard and the next neighbor's using it as part of his backyard. So we would have to survey that piece. We would have to then add each one of those pieces to whoever would like it, who assume it's your backyard, to make that work. That would be interesting, right? Because we could pick it up through the land bank. But the challenge is that's a reasonable expense to then ultimately turn it back. Now, I think most people are just happy that that tree's not theirs, and maybe when the next one dies, which may be sooner than we all think, they don't want to be responsible for that either, right? And so that's your challenge. Your challenge is it is not easy to solve that, but we had those discussions as to wouldn't it be nice just to add it to somebody's property, but unfortunately, 3 of you are using it. Not quite that simple, okay? Because if we just gave it to one party, let's say you for an example, then Lana's shed would be on your property. And then we would say, Lana, get your shed off her property.
Okay.
And then Lana would say, it's only been there for 25 years. You see the point? So solutions are complicated for that one. We did get the tree down, right? Life safety is a whole different animal than maybe not being maintained, okay? But let's get with Marty. You know, we're capable.
You said give them money. And do what?
Well, because Marty's on the land bank.
Marty, tell them what you told me 4 years ago, Marty. Tell them what you told me.
You're on the land bank, right?
I'll be playing ping pong.
Right. Well, before it ends up in somebody else's hands, why don't we figure out how to solve it? It's not going to be easy, but you know, we've been dealing with this, I think you said, for 5 years.
At least.
Okay, fair enough.
So
You know,
will
we
you
won't.
buy more before something be done, or?
Well, no, because I want you to go with me when we campaign for office on the next
No,
time.
no.
Get
I told
okay.
you, y'all don't call me no more. I can't get nothing done, but I do everything, but I can't get help when I need it.
We're going to try to help, right? But I know this: if it's not in our possession, I can't help at all. So we take it through the land bank. Follow me?
Well, I hear what you're saying.
Right. But you see
Was the
the
person's name there, now the name disappeared, and so.
well, because they're not paying taxes on it. The bottom line is they can pick it up. The land bank picks it up. The city of Mar can pick it up from there. Fair?
I gotta speak to the attorney and see if that's something they would do.
I bet you they would if you were really kind and sweet.
Which
Well, you got my phone number, my address, so if you.
We'll find you. But again, two complicated issues.
I'm gonna put some lamb chops on the grill, they'll come and take it. Tell them what you wanna eat.
All right.
I got some crown,
All right. So
I got some Budweiser's.
now that brought us. All right. So it's on. Anybody got anything a little more complicated than that? We'll do it. We appreciate you coming tonight, though. Thank you.
Let your people call my people. Good night, thank y'all.
All right. Other questions? Any comments from the audience? Anybody else? Ms. Cherry.
Okay, we used to get reports from all the different departments. We only have 2 department heads left. It's kind of sad. But we need to hear what's going on in the city, in the government part of it. We used to have history displayed around here at the Morris Center and we used to have pictures of all the mayors back in 1943. Anybody find the pictures, or did they just totally get destroyed and lost?
They're here somewhere. They just said that the ugly mayor, they didn't want him up there.
How hard is that?
I understand. Other questions? Any comments? Anybody else? Round 2, Ms. D.
Yes, sir.
By all means, go ahead.
Return of the former city manager,
Yes, ma'am.
can we get some clarification on what they had? Why?
Well, he applied for the position. He's the most qualified for the position. And
Why did he resign? Why did he leave?
he hasn't left down there yet. Tonight is the first public news that would happen. That's why we released it.
But why did he leave here to go there, and now he's coming back?
I think that would be a question you could ask him.
Well, can we ask the council why he voted?
You're welcome to ask. Go ahead. I mean, I broke the tie, so my answer would obviously be, when you look, there's very few people who know this city as well as he does. You know him, 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 right? And, well, you know, maybe some of the information that was put out here by other people is not as accurate as it sounds, right? On the other hand, you know, some of the things we need to tighten up, that's fair. But I think you put your best players on the field at the time, right? I could wish for other things, but I'm just saying, today, I would stand behind Mr. Baker and say, you're going to be the best player I can put on the field today.
Can I hear from the other
Yes, ma'am, by all
council
means.
members?
And you can see, and everybody can see that the city is not in the bad shape right now, and
So
I wasn't.
That didn't just happen today, did it?
It did, executive session about
No,
2
I
hours
mean,
ago.
the city didn't get in the situation that it's in right now, last week.
Correct.
So what got us in this situation?
A series of things, but buildings, things like that. You were on a city council, you know.
So okay.
I wasn't finished. You didn't let me finish my response, but that's okay. You okay with that? I'm okay with that. I mean, I wasn't considering back then, but as right now, to my opinion, I only can speak for myself. To my opinion, that I can't bet on somebody that I don't know and sitting around and waiting for a person that will be capable for the position. So I'm picking him because he know the city well and the commitment that, you know, it's not gonna be going back to what we were before. And then, you know, that fit our, you know, we have a commitment that the commitment that will, we set us to the good position to grow instead of hiring a random person in there and then wandering around and take a long time to figure out, maybe 4 to 6 months, and then it's not the right person. And I don't think we can afford to make that decision, that to have somebody go in here and try to figure things out at this moment. So that's my sense. Thank you.
For me, it's his best fit for the positions.
Nothing regarding previous, the situation of the city?
I think that's been discussed. And it's still
Okay.
the right answer.
Okay. Very good, okay.
Well, there's a lot of details that, you know, will work itself out. You know,
Okay, you other council members?
are we good? Comments? Anybody else?
I'm good.
All right, so we're good. Meeting adjourned.